Good morning. It's November 22nd. This is To My Liberal Friends. Well, it's Thanksgiving week, and that means by this time next year we should know who has won the presidency. Right now, it appears it'll be a rematch between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. It's a rematch the American public don't seem to want, but nobody's been able to step up and knock one of them out of the race. I think it says a lot about our political system when two unpopular candidates can get their party's nomination and when both of them are well past retirement age. Polling, which is a very inexact science and just a snapshot of the moment in time, is showing that Trump has a lead over Biden. In many cases, it's within the margin of error for the poll, but it is a lead nonetheless. Over on NBC, it was the first time Trump had the lead, and you would think the two reporters discussing it were going to have a heart attack. They're emblematic of the liberal media who have this intense dislike of Donald Trump, and for any conservative for that matter, and cannot understand how he could be beating Joe Biden. But there it was in front of them, Trump at 46, Biden at 42. And the NBC poll was not the only one. The Harvard-Harris poll has Trump at 53 to Biden at 46. This corresponds with polls at Fox News, the New York Times, the Washington Post, Reuters, and others. All are now showing Trump with an advantage. And it's becoming obvious to many Democrats that Joe Biden's age is hurting him. He just had a birthday and turned 81. He's already the oldest sitting president and will be 86 at the end of a second term. His continued gaffes that show him appearing to be confused and not sure of what's going on make it obvious to the public, and his age is working against him. Couple that with the fact that his vice president, Kamala Harris, polls even lower than him, so that's not an asset heading into an election next year. Democrats have had years to cultivate a successor to Biden. Donors, grassroots apparatchiks, potential candidates the man himself should have settled on, if not an individual, then a process for choosing one while governing. Instead, more of inertia than calculation, the party is set to put a man who looks each and every one of his 81 years through the kind of grueling nationwide campaign that lockdown spared him in 2020. He won't be able to campaign from his basement in Delaware. If he had a George H.W. Bush or even Al Gore as vice president, Biden's frailty might not be so off-putting to voters. And so to the Democrats' second unspinnable problem, Harris is out of her element at this level of electoral politics. She was the first candidate of note to quit the last presidential primaries. She couldn't even win her home state in California. Those who outlasted her include the mayor of Indiana's fourth city, our current Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg. Pointing these things out when Biden selected her, among liberals' thankless work. Biden has become so committed to identity politics, they made it clear he was going to select a black woman as his running mate, and now he cannot jettison her out of fear of being accused of both racism and sexism. This is what you get when you make decisions based on factors other than real qualifications. Biden and his campaign team continue to be perplexed that the public is not giving them credit for what they think they've accomplished. Over and over, they tout the economic growth in the past year, but like most politicians, they gloss over the real problems in their zeal to promote their candidate. How many times have you heard pundits say something along the line, "It's the economy, stupid"? That's exactly the problem for Biden. They don't understand what the public already understands. Yes, inflation has come down. Yes, gas prices are lower. But the public, that means little because the prices they're paying had rocketed up when inflation hit 9% under the Biden administration, and show no signs of coming down. In fact, they're still rising, albeit at a lower pace, but still rising. A simple trip to the local grocery store should tell these wonder kids exactly why the public's not buying their message. And since it's Thanksgiving week, people are paying attention to the price in grocery stores. A TikTok influencer has put up a video showing what has occurred between 2020 and 23. This video has been viewed over 2 million times, but everyone shopping for groceries does not need this video to tell them what they already knew. She put up a list of things that she bought in 2020 and the prices compared to 2020. What she did was she bought some dried pinto beans, some rice, some tortillas, cornmeal mix, skim milk, frozen mixed vegetables, chorizo, 6 eggs, bananas, and potatoes, and some green onions. And that total came up to $10.09 in 2020. And by 2023, those same basket of items cost $15.01. That's a 50% increase, and that is a shock every family is seeing on a day-to-day basis, and the idiots in Washington don't get it. Joe Biden does not get it, and the public realizes he does not get it, and hence his approval ratings are in the tank. It's no shock that Donald Trump is leading him in the polls, and let alone should tell Democrats just how bad a job Biden is doing. This has been To My Liberal Friends. Thanks for listening, and happy Thanksgiving.